How's it going, guys? So we're at Dallas Regionals. We just finished top 8. We have with us
Jimmy Taylor.
Awesome. And what were you playing this weekend?
I played Zoroark, Garbodor.
Zoroark. Very, very good choice for this weekend, especially with a lot of Blastoise running around, right?
It's actually an awful matchup.
Against Blastoise?
It's awful, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because they can knock out your all your Pokemon in turn 1.
Because they have Silent Lab.
Yeah, because we were testing by them, and then we realized, oh, they'll just play Silent Lab, and they all did, so we took it out. And you just have to hope they whiff, and you try to start with a Zorua or a Ditto in your active, and then so you can evolve at least one Zoroark, and then from there you can reset up. But it's really sketchy. I played against 2 of them in the tournament. I beat one of them because he whiffed. He whipped his GX attack right away.
Right.
And then day 2, I just got smoked by one. He got the GX attack turn 1 both games.
Oh, all right. Well, it happens.
Yeah.
So yeah. Well, let's get into the list and see the 60 you were running this weekend, all right?
All right, guys. We're gonna go over my deck. We'll start with Pokemon. There are 23 of them. We've got 4 of the Zorua from I don't know what set, the one with the Paralyzing Gaze. If you are playing Expanded, I think this one is crucial. I've won games because of hitting a Paralyzing Gaze and then paralyzing a Buzz, and the next turn being able to evolve. So.
Paralyzing Gaze is so good in this format.
Yep. Alright, then we got 4 Zoroark GX, best card in the game. I got 1 Mind Jack. I really like it. It's really good for mirror matches. It's also good against some of the 1 prize decks like Vespa Queen and Night March, etc. It's good against a lot of things. It's also really good in a mirror match. If they go off, you can respond to the 1 prizer.
Yeah, they get 1 prize, you get 2 prizes. So yeah, for them overextending.
Alright, and we got 1 Ditto, pretty self-explanatory, involved wherever you need. We have 2 Trebushes. I've got 1 Stomp Off, and then I got 1 Garbage Collection. I was playing the Acid Spray one originally, but I noticed that a lot of these mirror matches, they go down to
how many energies are left, or how many
cards are left in deck.
Yeah.
And if you watched, I played on stream around 10. I played really, really bad. I played awful. I had such a great start, and I accidentally put my Toxin down before I traded. It was pretty humiliating, but I ended up winning the game because my opponent didn't have any cards left in deck, and I stomped off one of the cards he needed, so he ran out of cards. It was crucial there. Also, I was expecting a lot of mill this weekend. There was a ton, so this can just come in clutch to just help build them and stuff like that.
Nice.
Garbage Collection.
Very good for getting stuff, the 1-ups of your deck and stuff like that.
I used it 1 time this weekend, and it helped me win the game. I played against Draft Guard. So
Nice.
It helped me keep just recycling things and keeping items. And then I got 1 of each Garbodor. The 1 felt fine. Sometimes it is a little awkward if you're under a Sudowoodo lock, but as you'll see later in my list, I run a 1 of Acerola, so the 2-shot game is not a problem for me usually, even though I just lost to Zoroark. Alright, I got 2 Shaman EX, helps you set up, 2 Tapu Lele. I've got 2 Execute. This card's insane. Lets you
Ultra Ball for free and stuff like that, and trade for free.
Yep. We got a Sudowoodo. This is a kind of a staple in Expanded. You need it, or you will just lose Zoroark.
Zoroark, Rayquaza, it doesn't matter, but anything that pops off, that's what you use that for.
Alright, got a resource management for all the mill decks, and also some games are weird. You have to shuffle stuff back in. And then also Puzzle Times Con. So, and then I've got 1 Clef Key, so it can act like a Hex Maniac, which we had last year.
Nice.
Alright, I'll move on to some supporters and stadiums, obviously. So we got 3 Skyfields. So a lot of people play 4. I went 3 because there's lots of mirror matches, so you don't really need it.
Right.
Also, like I was saying before, and you'll see in a bit, I run Acerola, so I like to do the 2-shot game if I need to.
If you can, yeah.
Okay, so now on the supporters. 2 Bridget. I was at 1, but I had so many times where I just prized it, so yeah, not dealing with that.
Okay.
2 Colress. I would like to put 3 in, but you'll see my list is really tight. if you, like Rigiding and then getting a turn 2 colorless, it's probably the best setup in the game. Yeah.
Best broken hand you can get. Yeah.
All right, now I got one of Guzma. Panther, you need at least one in your deck. One of Sycamore for games that, like, let's say,
they turn NU.
Yeah, the NU, etc. Also, like, Exodia is a deck, so this is like a really good top deck where you can get it out from a Lele. We've got one of Faba. This card is great. It helps you win the control matchup. Like the old list that a lot of those like Caleb, Pendarvis, and those guys have been playing didn't play Q, so you could run them out of resources and you could just like keep your hand kind of. But now they added Q to the deck. Now the matchup is kind of unwinnable unless they have a bad hand, and because you have to watch out for draft, like getting your one of supporters removing from your graveyard. But, it's really good for mirror matches too if you have a slow hand. One of Ace Roll, like you heard me talk about, it's really good for mirror matches. It's good for against Shrine, good against Buzz. It's really good to heal. Then we got a one of N, just like a good Dar supporter, but also like nothing's better than a Toxin and late game if you have a nice board. Yeah. And then we got one of Delinquent. Delinquent was very, very good. It's one of my favorite cards. It helps keep your opponent in check.
Nice.
All right, now we're gonna look at the items and tools. All right, so we got 4 Ultra Ball.
Very consistent.
Yep. Actually, before the tournament, I tried to list with a bunch of mysterious treasures. It didn't work too well. Ultra Ball's the way to go.
Yeah.
We've got just a one of Communication just to get that extra search out to make sure you can get your turn 1 Bridget or get your supporter. I've got 3 VS Seekers. These are great. I mean, if you need to discard your supporters off a trade, if you don't have egg in the bin or you're under a muck, this lets you get some of those back.
Did you feel that you went with 3 VS Seekers because you expected a lot of Toad control this weekend?
No, my list is just tight. That's all.
Oh, okay.
If I could put 4 in, I would.
All right.
Yeah. And then I've got a dowsing machine. So before the tournament, like, everyone thinks a dowsing machine is better. I really like computer search. It's like an extra search card, but yesterday I heard that a lot of people are still going back to their control ways, so I just thought dowsing would be better. So
right.
That's why one of Super Rod. I play only 1 Psychic Energy. If I have to discard it, it's kind of useless, so I need it.
Bring it back, yeah.
A one of Red Card. Red Card Toxin. That's all I can say. It's one of the best combos. Or Red Card Delinquent,
which is so good.
So I only run 1 compressor. I actually didn't have any in the list before the tournament. I thought it was too important though to help thin your deck out and obviously get those eggs in the discard. One of Special Charge.
Very self-explanatory.
I only played 1 Blower, and it was totally fine for me all weekend. Going forward, I think there's going to be a lot more Zoro Garb unless bans or something happens, so maybe I would add in another one just in case.
Right.
And now I have 2 choice bands for the tools. I'll hit that 2100, or excuse me, 210, and then 2 float stones, and 1 bursting the balloon to act like a Hex Maniac.
A Hex Maniac.
Yep.
Nice.
And we'll look at the energy. 4 DCs, of course, and then I've got 1 Psychic for the Trash Avalanche. Now, like, this is, I know it's considered Zoro Guard, but this is like mainly just a Zoroark deck. Trash Avalanche I just have as like a backup plan. I used them a few times this weekend, but I'd say it was all in on the Zoroark and the Mind Jack plan. And also, the basic energy is nice against control.
Cool.
So
you also run the Psychic Energy in the Tapu Lele. Did you ever Tapu Cure? That is a play.
Not this weekend.
Not this weekend?
No.
Okay.
I just with the one of it was kind of hard. I didn't really have any instances where I needed to use it, so.
Cool.
But in the past, I've had it happen many times. So.
Awesome. All right, guys. So that was the list right there.
All right. So we're gonna go over matchups.
Matchups, yeah.
So
what was one of your toughest matches of day 1?
My toughest match of day 1. Round 2, at least the most interesting one, I played against a Vespiquen deck, or Flareon. And you guys notice I don't play Karen, I don't play Oricorio. I just try to kind of prize trade them with Mind Jack and then Trash Ranch.
Yeah.
But also like that deck is like a little
super fast.
It's fast, but can get a little clunky, and it's very vulnerable to like Toxin and Delinquent. And I had a really crazy game, game one that it was like 35 or 40 minutes, and he had one card left in deck, and I think I delinquented him, so he had one card left. He had no way to shuffle, so he ended up conceding because he would have milled out.
Right.
And then the next round, so that was my craziest round, I guess. But yeah, so
yeah. So going into day 2, seeing how the meta was evolving around you, how did you feel confident-wise with this deck?
So I love this deck. I play Zoroark at every event. If you look at deck lists that I play at events and like Limitless, it always has Zoroark in it.
Right.
It's the best card in the game. It makes things consistent. It's nice to trade or draw through your deck. Lets you skill your way out of things, and yeah, and like I know this deck up and down. So besides one of my stream matches, I played really bad. Don't forget to trade before you drop your Garbotoxin. Word of advice.
That would have been useful.
Yeah, I still somehow squeaked that one out, but still. But yeah, I mean, this deck is just so powerful. It's super consistent, and with having Toxin and Red Card and Delinquent, you can just take your opponent out of the game and kind of create unfair advantage, I guess. But,
right.
So, yeah.
What a strategic way of putting them in a position where you have control of the matchup. Yeah, awesome. So after this, we do have St. Louis. St. Louis is standard. Are there any decks from Tag Team that you have on your radar, since Tag Team will be legal for St. Louis?
Zoroark Lycanroc.
Zoro Lycanroc.
Play it for every standard event I go to besides Zoroark, mostly. Lightning and like the Zapdos stuff is getting a lot of hype. So.
Yeah. But then, like, it's weak against fighting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Lycanroc takes care of that matchup.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So, yeah. I mean, I play it at every standard event I go to, so.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you for being on the channel. It was a pleasure to have you. Guys, that's going to wrap it up for this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure to share the video with anybody that wants to see a good top 8 Zoro Garb list that did really well this weekend. With that said, guys, thank you guys for watching, and see you guys next time.